back to Coffee and Chaos. I'm Alina, your host. Trina.
Talopa.
Hi. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited. Guess who's back? Hi, Dave.
Hi.
We
How you
don't
doing?
have to talk about you. You're
Excuse me?
here. We don't have to talk about you. You're here.
Yeah, I'm finally here. I made it.
Our engineer, scientist, bomb detonators here.
Hold on. On one of the podcasts, you misrepresented me as a Marine when I'm retired Air Force.
Oh. How did we not know that?
Because
Because you don't even know me, so I want to introduce myself again to everyone.
Wow.
Wait, you're Air Force?
Yes.
It's because we were thinking like, I don't know what we were
How
thinking.
come when I've told you that Seth wants to do the Air Force Reserves, you haven't been like, let me guide him, help you do what I got to do?
I sent you the website.
Yeah, he sent you everything.
Oh, is that what it was that you sent me?
Again, let me introduce myself.
Yeah.
You just have randoms in group chats sending you stuff.
Yeah. Now she has another one.
Exactly.
You know what? We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Yes, you should.
We? I knew where you worked.
You did.
What city?
That's true.
You did not know.
I learned.
Solomon had
I
to
just
look.
learned.
No, Solomon knew,
Solomon
and I knew
had to
what
look
city.
it up. You knew what city. You didn't know it was JPL.
Well, can we do something?
Yeah.
Can we introduce our last guest?
No.
Oh. And lovely, beautiful, our little China doll Daniela's back.
Hi.
And then Solomon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we got to go back to this. Sorry, Solomon.
Yeah.
But real quick, Solomon is our producer. He's amazing. He's our lifesaver. How did you not know that he was Air Force? How did you let us go on and say he was a Marine?
Oh, me?
Wait,
You're blaming me?
Yeah. How did you
You're going
not?
to take a correction from Solomon?
Wait.
I don't know. We're just putting it out there.
But that
I
didn't
like
come
that
out of my
answer.
mouth. That came out of your mouth.
Whose mouth did it come out of?
No, I think what happened is, as Steve was saying that his son's a Marine.
Yeah.
You know, I think he just associated just the explosives with that. Because I mean, in everyone's defense, like in the Air Force, there's not too many jobs that are like ground-based combat jobs, and I have one of the few of them, or one of the few of them that were that. So it's easily can be confused.
So when you were driving to work and passing Slauson with your hot coffee listening, were you saying Air Force,
No,
not
but
Marine?
I was prepping my text and I was trying to figure out a way to. Remember when I sent that back? I said, "Do you guys even know me?" When I sent that text,
That's what he was trying to get to.
exactly. I said, "There's two takeaways I got from this podcast. It's like this is great information to give out to everyone about the upcoming event." And then the second thing was like, "Do you guys even know me?" That was my two takeaways.
Oh, well,
We will formally apologize to you right now.
No,
we
that's
will.
quite all right. It's quite all right.
And we would like to reintroduce
Yeah.
one of our hosts today, David, our Air Force. You're not reserves though, right?
No, I was retired active duty all the time.
Our Big Bang Theory representative. So I'm going to say two things before we get into our lovely topic. You suggested an episode we did a while back about texting, right? Improper texting.
Correct.
Or people misconstruing it.
Yes.
So after the episode, when we left, us girls, I was all in my feelings and my emotions. And I sent Trina this lovely text. Like, I'm so blessed and blah, 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 blah. And what I thought was a beautiful text got like a heart and no response or something. And
I did respond.
No, actually, let me
With
see.
the heart.
Actually, would you respond?
Hold on.
Yeah, please read it.
So,
Okay.
so
And then tell me if you would have
We're going
responded.
to the
Okay.
text.
Okay.
we're going.
Yes,
Bringing
yes.
receipts.
Putting the
Bringing
glasses
receipts.
on.
Bring your receipt.
And it's funny because, oh no,
It's not funny.
where is it at? How much do we text?
A lot.
It was just 2 days ago. It was like 4 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
If you just go to the top and search my name.
I have your text. I have
She
your
wants the
thing.
topic.
I don't know.
Well, you could search. You could put some words in
What
there.
day did we do the podcast?
Oh.
You want me to read it to you?
Well,
On Monday?
Monday
Oh.
at 6:14 p.m.
Wow.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I can't find it on Monday.
Here you go.
Oh.
It says, there was no response.
Yeah, there was.
It says, I said to her, I appreciate you so much. You truly are a sister from another Mista. Ha ha ha. You are so beautiful inside and out. Thank you for always being by my side.
Are you crying?
No. Love you, my broke sis.
My broke sis?
with 3 brown hearts. And
Not orange hearts?
so I didn't know this. So obviously it kind of like,
I didn't take offense.
no, but there was a part of her that was like, I am not broke, right? So she tells me the other day on the phone, I was like, I did not put that. I would never put that. She's like, yes, you did. I was like, no, I already know what the text says. So I went back and I'm laughing. I was like, oh,
And she's trying to correct it while she's on the phone with me. And
Oh, she tried to edit it?
no.
Oh.
She just put on there brown
I put
sis.
exclamation point, brown.
While
all
I'm
caps.
talking to her, and I'm like, you can't do that, Alina. You can't take it back. I have the text.
So how many days were you thinking she meant broke sis?
I didn't think that she meant that. And then I thought to myself, was she texting someone else?
Yeah, that's what
I thought, hey, I'm rich in my heart.
Exactly.
And then I'm
Rich
like,
family.
then I thought, oh, maybe she was referring to, because we have like an insider
A joke.
that her son started that he probably doesn't even know he started. Now it's a joke between us. And so I go, maybe she was just joking. How did she go from this serious text to calling me broke? So then I told her 4 days later.
No, it was like 3.
3 days later.
And I'm laughing because I know what I meant. The whole time she's like,
I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to change my name.
And in typical woman fashion, there's no response like, what does this mean?
No.
None.
No, I'm going to hold a grudge.
So it
for
just
4 days.
shows that 2 friends that
Yeah,
have been
I'm
friends
gonna hold
for
a
so
grudge for 4
long can
days.
still have.
No, I didn't know what she meant. I thought that's what she meant. I thought
It
she
had
was,
3 brown hearts.
yeah, you were trying to, I don't know what you were trying to do with the.
Now, if it was 4,
Yeah.
we would have just been messing
Yeah.
around.
Uh-huh.
The fact that there's 3, we've been friends long
I
enough
didn't
to know
even
exactly
understand
what.
because I'm thinking, why didn't she send her orange hearts? Because she likes
I
orange
like
is her
orange hearts.
color. So I was like, brown hearts. But
Because
then
when
brown.
you're broke,
We're
you're brown.
girls.
Well,
When you're broke, you're brown.
Because we're brown
so I was
girls.
I don't get this.
That's not what she said, though. She said broke.
Oh, Lord. Well, we know she's not broke. And so that was one thing. The second thing is this episode was going to be done a while ago. We had to postpone it, right?
Yes.
So the other day I said, hey, I forgot what the topic was. And so then you threw it at us again. I let her know. Like, okay, so we're in the car right now. And she goes, I don't even understand the topic. I said, yeah.
Even though we were talking about it in the car. I was like, I don't know.
Because we had kids at like 16. Like, this doesn't even like, we were just trying. What did I say?
So we had kids at 12.
Oh, I said we had kids at 12. We didn't know how
Well, the
we were
Brown
gonna survive
sisters,
the
yeah.
I said our life was already.
Oh yeah, our
Planned.
life was already planned for
Yeah.
us. So the topic of this episode is
the myth of life's mile markers. So as far as just how we believe life should be planned and how we look at our own life, but also how we judge others by those same markers, even though our life is a little
wonkers.
wonkers too.
Yeah.
But part of this too was inspired by our daily morning mantras from Trina.
Mm-hmm.
You sent one that reminded us that, like where we are is where we're supposed to be kind of thing. And,
Right.
And so it kind of aligns with this topic.
So
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
do you?
We're tying it back to the mantras.
But I think it's such a hard topic because it kind of could be sad. Because if you look back, like you were able to plan certain things because you kind of did it. I don't want to say the right way because I will do it all over again. But you went into the Air Force
Mhm.
and you made different decisions than my 16-year-old butt out here having fun. So once I had a kid, I don't think I was able to have that mile marker set for my life.
Well, think of it this way then. Okay, right? So at 16, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's, were you married when you got pregnant?
Yes.
Okay, so you already
You
married.
were married at 19?
I got married when I was 18.
And so like when we think about just like where our
something
life was supposed to be, like I
Mhm.
I
It
know
still didn't
that
work out.
like I know none of our 10-year-old selves, not me thinking I was going to be pregnant at 10, but like you guys weren't like, I'm going to get pregnant at 16.
No, I thought I was going to be a marine biologist because I was
Yeah.
down at the tide pools all the time. I went to Cabrillo.
So even like your life plans, but as far as generally speaking, there's this an idea about marriage, going to college and having kids and and being in a certain place by the time you're 30 and a certain 40, whatever. Because I know I have friends who look at themselves, and I've done it myself, where I'm sitting there going, I'm 40 years old and this is where I am in my life, and I'm not happy with it. And I should have made these decisions back then. But I'll give you an example, right, of decisions I actively made because I thought that I'm supposed to be in a certain place in a certain time. So I was in the Air Force, and my first marriage, I got married at 23 years old. And I did meet someone, and I got married probably, I think, got engaged within 6 months and then got married like a year later. And a lot of that reasoning behind it was like I felt like I was late in life. Like I was behind because my parents had me when I was 19 and 20, and so now I'm 23 and I'm just like, wow, yeah, I do have a career. I do have an idea of where I'm going to go. And now I need to find a wife and I need to have kids.
Well,
And
that's how that era was, though.
exactly. And so it was a social construct that kind of just got implanted in me where I had this when I was in no place
To
be
get married?
Right.
No.
At 23.
No,
And
no.
no one tried to talk you out of it.
No, I felt like no, they didn't. But I was away. I was in North Dakota, so I was on my own. So
Oh, you got married without like your family and everyone. You just were like, I'm getting married.
yeah, we ultimately we eloped first, and then we came back and had a wedding. A wedding. So
Was she in the Air Force too? or-
no, she was a North Dakota girl, and so
It's cold.
so with that, then once you're in a certain place, even when you guys had your kids, I assumed that you're like, okay, now I have to do X, Y, and Z.
No,
No?
not at, nope.
No,
I
not
think,
16.
Like for me, nobody ever encouraged, I want to say the girls in her family to be studious and make money on your own. My grandpa was always, the boys are going to be longshoremen and you girls marry rich. Find somebody who has money. It was never like, oh, mijas, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. It was just find someone to marry rich because my grandpa took us all on vacation. So my grandpa was a crane operator. He worked month for month with his partner. We were in Mexico all the time. And every time we'd drive by and an evergreen can would go by, we're like, hey, or a Merce can or whatever. He's like, wait, they're paying for our vacation. And he meant find a man that's going to take care of you the way he, provided for my grandma, So it was never encouraged to me to go out and do good in school, be a marine biologist, or it was never encouraged. It was the boys are going to be longshoremen and the girls are going to find somebody that could do all this for you.
So how did that make you feel though?
It just made me feel like nothing, kind of just, I'm just around for the ride. But what's crazy is the opposite happened. The boys all ended up in jail or whatever and never fulfilled their time as a longshoreman that my grandpa was so pushing for. And the girls, my cousin's a boss and I'm a supercargo. It flip-flopped.
Yeah.
So we went from now we're the ultimate providers and these, the ones that he was, longshoreman never did anything with it. Or were longshoremen and then lost it because, either jail, drugs, alcohol, or whatever. So it was really interesting how that changed. And then when I had my daughter, I was like, okay, well, I'm not in school. I need to get a GED so that I could at least go to community college and do something, not going to work at Pep Boys forever. Obviously, that wasn't going to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
But it was never go and get a degree or go be a nurse or
When
do
you became a
something.
longshoreman, though, I think that for me, I'm pretty sure for you, but I hate to speak for you, we had mile markers in our career and that.
Oh,
sense,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
as life, I don't think that when I had Loran at 16, absolutely not. At Seth, the only mile marker that I could remember is no more kids. No more kids because I'm alone with two, and that's what I could feed because I was feeding them. With Loran, I text you guys, it was don't go to jail and feed your kid. It was do the right thing and make sure she's fed. It was day-to-day survival. It wasn't, I don't think I got into that mile marker thing until I had him. But that was just no more kids because this is what I can do because I'm doing it.
Right.
And then within our careers, I had mile markers. But out of that, I don't think I did. I think it was just survival mode always.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could see that, especially when you're in survival mode. There's there's no tomorrow. It's just today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I think perhaps that is a big thing when you are in survival mode. There is no future. It's
And-
hard to plan 1, 5, 10
Ahead,
years
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. And we went from making like I don't know what you made at, what'd you say? At Pet
Boys.
Boys, what I was making in the office, and then you get into the union, you get a good check, you get good health insurance, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know about longevity in the industry. So I was like, I'm going to ride this and work my ass off until there's no more union. Because you
Yeah.
always hear stories like, oh, that
Yeah.
it's going to die
This
eventually.
generation's gonna kill it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
so to me it was like, okay, well, as long as it's here, I'm gonna keep working and making money, I wasn't even in the mode of saving. It was giving my kids what they needed in the moment, right? She played softball, she traveled, Seth needed food, clothes, threw him in the car, threw her in the car, went to softball, hotel was paid, gas, food, softball fees. Like I never sat back and said, well, if I save this or if I do this, then we could have this.
Right.
It was literally day by day.
Right. Right.
Trina, what about you? Look at her.
I don't think just because I had my kids young, there were mile markers. What's sad is I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm listening at the same time and I'm thinking, yeah, when I had my first daughter, my dad wanted me to get married to my daughter's dad, but I wasn't even thinking of the future in regards to like getting married, buying a house or whatever. I honestly didn't think of those things or have mile markers set till
Recently.
She's
It's
like, so I
okay
met
because-
Mike?
yeah.
Really?
But-
But I still don't think I have him.
Which
so
is sad because I was married before.
But
No,
it's
I don't
not
think it's sad.
sad.
I think
Yeah.
it's
It's
a
life.
product, like you said, like survival mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because that's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
I was doing was surviving.
Mhm.
But if we go back to what I think all of us said, and I'd like to share a little bit of the same thing, is like your family had expectations for
Mhm.
you, like your family had expectations. So those expectations are those imprinted mile markers that become subconscious. Because I think that's why I felt like at 23 I was behind,
Mhm.
right? Because in my family I'm the oldest Lariva of my generation,
Mhm.
and my dad was of his, and my grandfather was his. So I had this family thing that I had to carry on the name and all this kind of stuff that comes along with it.
Right.
And no one ever said, "Hey, Dave, these are expectations." They're just kind of like implied,
Yeah.
right? And then they just kind of get embedded in you, and then you have an idea, or at least I did, of okay, this is how my life has to go. And
Well, if you
then-
didn't have a kid or weren't married by a certain age, and especially in the Latino community, there's something wrong with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was
Or
like,
you're selfish.
yes.
Mhm.
So
So-
that's its own mile marker.
well, flip that into like now, right? So, we're all established people in our lives, and we're all comfortable in where we're at. But like, I just had kids at 50 and I have 2, and so there's like that becomes part of those things where like people will judge me because, hey, they have their mile markers on what everyone else is supposed to be.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And everyone else is supposed to help people supposed to live their lives.
I think where I judge people in today's mile marker is where I see, and I'm just going to speak for the women because I can't speak for the men. When I look at them like, we're still doing that? Like we're 50, we're 51, like,
Yeah.
we're still acting like that, or
Yeah.
you're a bar hag, like we're
Right.
still, doing that. Like
I think that's how a lot of I think that's how a lot of like adult relationships split. That's how
Yes.
you end up someone that was a really good friend of yours. Now you realize like, wow, this person really hasn't matured at all. They're still
I
cheating.
went
They're
through
still
that. Yes.
sneaky texting. They're still
Mm.
blaming other people. They're still getting drunk. You're just like,
Sleeping with married people.
yes.
Well-
and you're just like,
I had the fortunate experience of being a bartender for a couple of years at the former Babouche.
Oh yeah.
Used to bartend there. And when I did that, I would see people in here. And I think what it was is people are just reliving the life they didn't have when they were 20 years old because they had kids when they were 20. They were struggling. There's, and so now
no.
when they're 40, 50 years old, it's like you're 20 and 30 again. So you have an opportunity to go out and you're free, you have money, and to go
And I think
have fun again.
I had a lot of fun when I had my
So did
summer
I.
bag. No,
So did
like
I.
it didn't really
But
stop. I wasn't mature enough to stop a lot of that stuff, and I will most definitely say I probably made some bad decisions.
Oh, I would say.
You know,
we all did.
I don't think we have a long enough show to.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
but
with
I
going out
partied a fair bit.
at our age. There's nothing wrong with going out to a bar and having a good time. I'm talking about every weekend, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night, and it's
Football game.
and it's the
baseball
same
game,
thing,
everything.
and you're not. I'm a believer, and a lot of people hate when I say this, but you don't stop being a mom because your kid's 18.
Mhm.
I'm a mom until one of us meets Jesus. Right? That's when I stop being a mom. And then if you have grandkids, like that's you're a product of. They're gonna see this, like, oh, Nana or Grandma or Gummy or whoever it is. Oh, she's out every weekend at the bars. Oh, she's over here partying. Oh, she has this guy and that guy, and that to me, that's when I look back, like, aren't we grown? Are we not grown? Like, I go out and have a good time, but I don't do it every weekend.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you can get as crazy as you want, and I think that's good sometimes. Now as a parent, do you have mile marker expectations for your kids now that they're adults?
I think in our minds, we're constantly thinking that in our heads, but we can't say it out because we don't want to discourage anybody because everybody grows at their own pace.
Do they, or do the parents have to push a little?
Well, we try. We're like secretly like,
yes,
but we're like, times have changed. Everything's different.
We communicate
and we're
now.
learning now because we didn't communicate. So
Yeah.
now we use words, and in your head, you have a whole different conversation going on. And you're trying to listen and understand, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go
So that's a
upstairs
yes.
to my room for a little bit.
I know we
and-
definitely.
Yeah.
So, your kids are, how old are they again?
3 and 7 months.
By the way, your son is a total Lariva.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw a picture today. I was like, oh, no DNA needed there. Like, total Lariva.
7 months.
He's my midget.
Oh my
He's my mini me.
So you have
They'll play for the
expectations or mile markers for the kids, right? By a certain age, you expect them to be walking, to be potty trained off the bottle. Like, they're going to go to school at 5 or 4, whatever. So you have those natural mile markers, right? As they get older, your mile markers start to increase with them as the world kind of evolves around them too. Like, are they going to play sports? Where do you want them to go after high school? These are all the things
Right.
that we've all,
You start envisioning that for
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
No, I totally get that.
Because you want to be a part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, I want to be there at that graduation. I want to be there at
And
that
you also
game.
want
I
it to slow down at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's going to, like, for you really are going to want it to slow down because you decide to have kids
A little bit later.
a little bit later. No judgment.
Yeah,
a little bit later.
Doesn't that
You got
make-
more
doesn't-
patience now?
Doesn't that make you like mentally and emotionally? You're like preparing yourself to also take care of yourself so that you can
absolutely.
be there.
Absolutely. Like I believe that kids should see their father as like their superhero, right? And so I realized that, I'm an older gentleman. And so at some point,
Seasoned.
yeah, seasoned gentleman. But at some point, by the time my kids realize my age, I'm going to be 60 probably, And so, by the time they recognize number, I'm going to be 60 years old.
Wait, when you're
They're going to be like,
graduate,
Dad, did they have TVs when you were little?
I already get that now.
oh
probably,
boy.
So
What is this big old tube on the back?
So that is a driving force for me to sit there and be like, okay, at 60, I got to be capable to still do the same things that I always do, which is a challenge.
when they graduate high school, how old will you be?
When my last
70s.
kid graduates, I'll be 70. So I'll be 70 years old.
In his 70s.
Yeah.
They're going to be
70.
like your grandpa.
Oh, my, it's
so
only 170.
cute.
Not 2 yet.
Correction.
And they're going to go, that's my
70s.
dad.
That's
not
my dad,
grandpa.
yep.
That's not
So-
my grandpa.
Well, they age, the Lariva bloodline ages well.
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
but
You're
They're
welcome.
going to keep you
You're
young.
welcome.
They're
You're
gonna keep you on
welcome,
your toes for sure.
well, I mean,
No, Carol had something to do with it.
I'm immature enough to stay young.
There you go.
You're
You're going to
only-
need it.
You're only as old as you feel. That's
Yeah.
what my
Yeah.
papa always
Yeah.
told us.
Yeah.
You're only as old as you feel. So that's good. But you'll see all those natural mile markers. Like for us now, you're married. I'm going to hit Daniela with this one.
Okay,
You're not
thank
broke.
you.
You're not broke.
You're brown, not broke.
Like we kind of have to have mile markers, right? Like if we don't get married or don't live with somebody, then we do want to travel. We want to go
Right.
with our friends. Like,
Right.
well, those are the things that now we're at the point because
Yeah.
my 2 kids and her daughter, they're old enough now that we could leave
We could
for
leave.
3 weeks. And
Yeah. Let's
they're-
go.
Yeah.
I could too.
You cannot leave your husband for 3 weeks to travel through Ireland.
I mean, I wouldn't.
She'll just, frozen dinners,
I wouldn't
all
want
nice and
to
labeled.
be away from him that long, but I feel like he's the very encouraging of
Yeah.
doing.
Actually, you
things like-
could because your daughters, your mom and Selena, the other daughter, they would all make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
So you
He'll
could
be okay.
He
He'll be
loves
okay.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wow. But when I I've been divorced twice, and so
Whoa,
Yeah.
do we? I knew that. I knew
I've been
that.
divorced twice, and so at my second divorce, I was 42 years old, and I didn't have kids. I was already 2 divorces, and I was going through a lot of different stuff at that particular time. But that was a very low part of my life because I felt like you felt like a loser in a sense. It didn't matter that
Do
I
you
had
need
a
tissue?
I did
It
because
hurts.
there was a lot of stuff that
here.
happening. When I look back, I recognize what it was. But at that point in time, when you like look at yourself, you could sit there and be like, "Hey, I'm 42. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at
Yeah.
during this.
What am I doing?
During
Yeah.
this place,
Last week, our episode was about women taking accountability. 2 divorces later, were you able to take any accountability?
Oh yes.
Total off question off the record. Just
Oh yeah,
kidding.
for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I know exactly who I was during those times and who I was during both relationships. And I'm responsible for the 50% of what that marriage was,
Mhm.
what both those marriages were, but not 100% of it.
We didn't know you. Well, I didn't know you those other 2 marriages, and we're just getting to know you. But we discussed this in one of the other podcasts that Paula and your kids are getting the best version of you,
Absolutely.
and that's probably
And I remind them of that.
yeah.
I say, you are getting the best version of me because I have made mistakes. I've made mistakes with her
Yeah.
too. And so, it does take time to look back and call yourself out and address that,
Be accountable.
be accountable and just make sure that everything that you're doing aligns with who you are internally and not
Yeah.
externally.
And the goals you're trying to reach.
Absolutely.
Because if you want XYZ with this person, you have to,
But it's one thing too, like I
choices.
can't carry it all myself.
right.
Too, I am who I am. And so I know I'm going somewhere and someone has to get on board with where I'm going because I can't take a step back. I'm not doing that. And so that's important.
How much younger is she than you?
She's 20 years.
Okay, so are you going to get married?
Wow.
having another
Wow. No more kids. We're not having no more kids.
Trina! But are you?
There's no plan. There's no plans to get married.
If
in the
Paula
future.
was my sister of my friend and she has kids with him and they're like, she's basically his wife.
Yeah, but we have no plans to get married.
I'm rooting for you,
Oh,
Paula.
Why not? Well,
Yeah, why not?
I'm team marriage.
it's mostly on my end for the
Okay.
most
Oh, we
part.
know it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been divorced twice. And
That's not her problem.
No,
So has
you're right.
my husband.
Exactly. Well,
She's the mother of your children.
hey,
Uh-huh.
You know what? Someone told me we pick on you. We need to stop. Let's change
Yeah.
the subject.
you
Let's
don't
let
like
Nancy
to
no,
take
no,
it.
no.
He's handling it really well.
I'm not picking on him. That's my mile marker for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have to ensure that I am following my internal mile markers and not someone else's. Just like I
You
wouldn't
are
want
following
you
You
to.
your-
have 2
You are
kids with her at 50.
You are following your internal markers. You have 2 children with her.
That is true. That is correct. But
I am putting you on the spot.
Okay, I feel so bad right now. Like
I don't feel bad.
This is an after.
Well,
hours
Well,
I
again-
am team you, and I am team her, and I am team whatever you're doing. That's
do whatever
get
you're
married.
doing.
I'm team the baby.
what are you waiting for?
What am I?
No, but I think you said it that men define the relationship, meaning the marriage, the
the
stuff
commitment.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
commitment.
Correct.
And all I'm gonna say on this is, you look for somebody younger to have kids with. You have made that known
Correct.
because us over here, our shop's closed or burned down, whatever you
Yeah.
want to say.
What?
So us older women can't have kids no more.
It's
Can
just
you have a
close.
kid right
It's
now?
not burnt down.
No.
Well, some people.
Thank
Close.
you. Thank
No,
you.
That's it.
some
Yeah.
people can.
We turned the
Some
sign.
people can burn their ovaries.
Oh, you're talking about physically. I'm thinking metaphorically.
I don't even have a store. My store's taken out.
Oh, okay.
My
Demolished.
store,
We're just
my
metaphor.
store,
Yeah,
is,
like,
my store is on that ship that was burning.
My nephew took some pills out of my purse, and he's like, "Are these your birth control pills?" I said,
Where
I go, the fact that you think I could still get pregnant is awesome, but no, they're not. And then I told him what they were, and he was grossed out.
They're for my
And
mental stability. No, I'm just kidding.
And then I said,
Take
I
them like
don't
Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
I was
Why
like,
you only talk to 3 personalities?
Right?
You're supposed to
13.
tell him you don't have sex. You don't need to.
well,
take-
I told him, I don't even have a uterus. I can't get pregnant. And he goes, that's crazy. You're walking around with
A hole?
like no uterus? Who does that? I said,
Who
you
does that?
realize you don't have one.
Right.
Women have mind you, he's 23. Women have uteruses for babies. I don't want no more babies. They took it out. He's like, do you tell guys that? I said, oh dear God, let's change the topic.
Oh my.
Like, yeah. So I don't even have
He went way deep.
you don't have a uterus, but do you have.
You don't have to
cervix?
because you just blasted it out on
I
the
have
podcast.
my
His
own-
mind must have went like,
Do you have
well,
your cervix?
yeah.
I just don't have that.
Yeah.
So there,
And
that's
your uterus is small.
Hence
Everybody
why
thinks it's
I
big.
said-
It's actually.
This podcast just
Shop-
became a HIPAA violation,
Yeah.
by the way.
and there goes our engineer scientist Bob detonator. That's why I said it's where he didn't look for an older woman because we can't give him what he wanted, right?
Right.
So you
Which is fair.
found what you wanted,
Yeah.
and you had 2 kids.
And you need to keep her. So
Put a ring on it. Does she have a ring?
No, she does not.
With you being 20 years older than her, God forbid, what if something happened to you?
That all those things, as far as being taken care of, are taken care of. So there's still other legal ways you could take care of people,
Right.
You know, wills and trusts and
Without-
what have you, and insurance
Okay.
that other people can be on. Which
Just give her the damn Lariva name.
everything is taken care of. You know, but going back to what you asked, like, hey, is it her or me? It's me.
Mhm.
I didn't ask if it's her.
No, no, and I know that, but
No, I think you did.
it's-
You said, whose fault is it? Or
it's-
not whose
It's
fault
not a
is it,
fault
but-
thing. It's like, listen, if
The control part.
the fact that
Mhm.
the fact that I've been married twice, right, it's different. I feel now when I look back, I got married not for reasons why people traditionally get married,
Yeah.
right? It was, I can look back and say, you know, when I was first got married, I wanted stability in my life, and I did that. And so the love that, you know, when we think about romantic, traditional, you know, whatever the mystical idea of marriage, the love was not there where it needed to be, right? And then the second time around, it was there, but then there was a lot of toxicity involved that, you know, I was on the receiving end of, and I just knew that it was not going to end well if I stuck around.
Are
in
you
that
a little
situation.
nervous, a little scared to get married, thinking it might change things if it does?
Well, I think just the trauma of just 2 divorces,
Yeah.
and then making sure that, because a promise I made myself is that I'm not getting divorced the 3rd time.
Yeah.
I am not.
Everybody
And
gets
so-
divorced once.
Yeah. So that is a promise that I've made to myself.
Yeah.
So then when I choose to get married again, it's going to be something that I know is
Do you feel
concrete,
like you
100%.
do you feel like your kids are your commitment? Instead of marriage, your kids are showing her that you're committed?
I think kids do that whether I want to or not. You know, I'm going to show up for my family all the time, and I'm investing in her all the time as well too, and her daughter as well.
Yeah.
And so I do provide that, and the title isn't there, the ceremony isn't there, and so that, I know that's a point of contention, you know, for a lot of people. Sometimes it is for her as well, but I can't offer that to someone unless I'm ready as well too.
Are we still friends?
I'm just saying because then,
not when you go back and listen to this.
no, because it has to be 2 people ready to be there together and not one.
Without the kids.
Well, yes,
Because once the
exactly.
kids are gone, it's just the 2 of them.
You
right?
can't get married for just children. I know people stay together for children. They do a lot of things for their family, but that's why they're in the bars when they're 45
I
and
was not
55.
insinuating that.
No, you're not.
I love love, and I love.
I totally
the story.
understand
That's
that.
why I was
And like, you know, my
we're
situation is
rooting
my
for her.
situation.
Yeah,
We're
I am
rooting
rooting for her.
Yeah.
I am rooting for her because I feel like I was in that position
And I get that.
where I was like, I'm just changing the topic now. But anyways, this is a mile marker.
This is
that-
a mile marker,
Yeah.
you know?
But rooting for her is really rooting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a collective rooting
Yeah.
for the the family to happen and have a happy ending.
The mom and dad and the picket white
Correct.
fence.
Yes. All of that. And so all I'm saying from my end is that both people have to be there in the right place for that.
Yeah.
And for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
Too. And they have to be between the man and the woman. It can't be because there's 3 other kids there that need you.
Yeah.
because then you're getting married for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
I wasn't just thinking of like because you guys have kids together.
No, I understand.
I don't have kids with Michael, and at one point, I just knew that I wanted to be married to him.
I know
He
that
didn't
you
wanna-
have
He didn't want to get
But
married.
you had kids.
He didn't want to get married for the third time.
exactly.
Oh, that's
so then,
right, huh?
Yeah. So
So I get it. I just love love. That's why I'm like.
I think it's like any other thing that you go through, especially relationship wise, and there's trauma and a lot of different things involved. It takes time for you to overcome
Yeah.
those fears, because I do not want to get divorced, a third
Yep.
time, and because the divorces, they were some very dark times,
Mhm.
and it took me a long time to come out of them, to be the man I am now. And so that's tough. So the last thing I want to do is go do that again and not be 100%.
You're almost there.
Yeah. I mean, he has 2 kids with her. Like that's like, yeah. So what is each of ours like in the midst of this conversation? Like, what is a mild marker that you have? Because I'm sitting here thinking of it. I
Now,
yeah, like, and it's anything. Like, what is
David,
What'd you say?
to get married,
Trina has a mile marker for me.
He's like, I got a new one as of tonight.
I don't know about mine, but I got David's right here.
This is my goal. This is my goal.
She's like, I'm gonna
pray-
plant
I'm gonna
that
pray for
seed
that.
and keep going and keep going.
I'm going to be a flower girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we're getting invited, are we not? Are we?
Front row.
really?
We just invited ourselves.
yeah.
He's like, no,
We're
you don't
there.
even know what I
We're
do.
going to get married here on the podcast.
Yeah.
right here.
We have more for Paula. That's,
Yes. Yeah. Do you have a mile marker?
I don't know. I think
do you have one for me?
A life plan? Do you have a life plan from here on out?
Like, do you have goals? I guess, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
what it would.
Well,
be.
I mean, if
to
you,
be able to retire at a different reasonable age and enjoy the rest of my life. Like,
you
know,
do want to retire?
But what's a reason? What's a
do you have an
what's a
age now?
reasonable?
Do you have a goal now?
I would love to retire now.
No, not retire
Do you
now.
really?
But what do you have an idea that
What would
say
you
at
do?
65 you're going to retire, or do you have that number in your
I'm
head?
thinking 62. I used to before it was like, as soon as my time is up, I'm going to do the 59 and a half and out. It's just, I think, and I think that's when I'm really stressed was like, it's more because I want to leave and escape. But I notice that it's changed now because I'm like, you know what? Like, I could still do long vacation. I could still do, as long as I'm getting my little bit of breaks in between. I'm like, I can still work. But who knows, with the way things going at work and stuff, and anything could change. I may want to get out earlier, but if not,
I
mean,
I want to work.
it's-
My grandma retired at 83.
Really?
83 years old.
My grandma that worked at the high school. So I
Ew.
said, I'm not going to retire any sooner than that. Like, I'm going to try to beat her record.
Oh,
Like, but me,
I guess you're not going with us.
like, we're going to Europe.
Yeah,
We're,
that 3-week vacation is not happening.
You need it. We'll drop you off at work.
Ireland. I want to go drink whiskey. Like I want to be out there with the Shetland ponies, wearing sweaters and stuff,
I want
and
to go to
taking
Scotland
pictures.
with the castles, actually, Scott.
Yes.
Well, you
I just
can't
feel
'cause
like
you're going to work.
if I retired, like, I even if I married Dave Beckham tomorrow, like if he walked in and finally said, let's do this, and I kicked out Skinny Minnie and said, okay, what's his wife's name?
Victoria.
Yeah, if I kicked
Uh-huh.
her out
Uh-huh.
and we're together, right?
Posh.
I would still have to work.
Why?
I don't know how not to, because I worked in
Yeah.
junior high.
Yeah.
Then I had to work in high school because,
Yeah.
Lorianne decided to show up. So then I was like stuck working. And so I feel accomplished.
Mhm.
I feel like that's my purpose. I feel like,
Is that part of your trauma?
no, I think
I think
that's
it's
that's
trauma.
the Mexican
Yeah, because-
the Mexican thing they instilled in us.
Why not just volunteer?
You've said before that if you
do
found
that.
your Pablo or whatever
I'd still
his
work.
name is, that you would be good with like him telling you to stay home.
He'd have to be like Dave Beckham.
Look wise or
No, yeah,
Check wise.
check wise, look wise, like
Check wise.
my grandpa
sure.
taught us, and my grandpa said it, and he was mainly talking to my brother David in Mexico, but I was always around. When you work, you have money in your pocket. When you have money in your pocket, you don't need anything from anybody else.
Mhm.
That was his thing that he did,
So
and he
you want
taught
to
it.
work so you don't need
So-
anyone else.
And
So
it was
yeah.
meant for my brother, right?
Right.
But because I was there and because of the things that I went through as a child and my hurt and my anger, that's always stuck in my head. If I have money in my pocket, if I work, I don't have to depend on at the time it was a man because my issues with men and what happened to me, right? Now I'm healed, but in the back of my head there's still that part like if I work, there's money in my pocket, I'm good. So if 70s, God forbid something happens, I want to be able to have money in my pocket.
But to
You know, I
that,
don't want to be a broke girl.
true. But
Nobody
when
wants to be a broke girl with three
your
brown
your
eyes.
most important resource that you ever have in life is time, and so you don't want to trade time for money. That's essentially what you're doing when you work. When you're a salaried income W-2 employee, you're trading your time for money.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
I
our
didn't
job
have kids at
gives us a
50.
lot of time.
We had kids
we're
at
pretty-
16, not 50. So now at 51, I go home.
How old were you when you started working?
I was in like 8th grade, like 8th grade.
Yeah, so like I've always worked even if it was just going into the office with my mom or
That's
doing
what I was
whatever,
doing. I went to the law office with my mom.
whatever
and I
it
would file
was. I've been
paperwork.
working since
Yeah.
13, 14.
Yeah.
Even if it was
me.
like for $20 a day or
Yeah,
something,
that was
just
me.
going in, and it was probably because she didn't have anybody to watch me, and I was bad.
But you're not going to work till you're 83 like this one over here.
Well, that was one good thing my mom, not one good thing. It was one of the good things my mom is because she was a workaholic. And like you said, and we don't have to get into it with our job, it's a little bit different. My mom was 8 to 5 Monday
Mhm.
through Friday, right? Our job's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I don't mind working because I kind of feel like I'm retired in a sense. And when I go home and there's nothing or nobody there, like you said, volunteer time.
Yeah.
I'm on 4 committees in my union. 4.
Oh, you are?
I'm on Memorial, Time Book Promotions, and now I'm on eBoard. I'm on 4.
Good for you. I
Plus-
have volunteered for 0.
So
Because you
I
can't, because Alina's took them all. That's why.
She can have it. Like I don't. You.
I do have mile
I have
markers.
too many opinions.
But
about
my
some of
mile
our
markers
coworkers.
are like, well, that's so do I. Everyone knows I have an opinion, and I'm not.
I probably wouldn't be good knowing other people's information.
But your mile marker is 83 years old now, right?
So I don't want to. And it maybe I say that, but it just depends on my health, right? It depends on my state of mind because my grandma had to retire. She would have kept working, but her dementia made her retire. So her dementia started kicking in, and we saw it. So she had to retire. So it all depends on that. It depends if my son has grandkids. Well, kids, which would be my grandkids. Like if he has them anytime soon, I would be, rushing out to Vegas or, whatever. So all of that. But my mile marker is like Scotland, Ireland. I want to go travel. I do want to do things, but I can still do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like my grandfather, retired from Local 13, crane operator, and he always was like, "Well, your grandma made me retire," because I think my grandpa would have kept working
Mm-hmm.
if my grandma didn't put this stipulation, like,
Excuse me.
I'm going to leave you this and that, whatever.
How
whatever
old was
worked.
he when he retired?
He was 70.
And how was his body
70.
physically though?
Still at it. At the
It didn't beat him up or nothing?
No, he was at the Elks Club steaming every single day. He could do his ab rollers.
Oh,
so
how
he the wheel.
Retired because your grandma wanted him to.
Yeah, and I know he resented her for that. It was
My dad still
Big
works at 73.
See?
But that's my dad.
Yeah.
That's my dad. I think part of it
That's
too
old
is
school.
is like the docs are. It's a social environment as well too.
yeah.
He's
Your friends
always-
are there.
Yeah,
You know?
and so I know that's important to him as well. And so I think that's part of the reason why.
But
he
your
works.
dad's generation and your grandpa's generation, maybe not so much. Oh, how old is your dad?
73.
And how long ago did your grandpa retire?
He 20 like 22 years ago.
Okay, so definitely his era.
Yeah,
Because we
yeah.
see it now.
Well, my
blood-
grandfather was
Yeah.
just as old as my dad, if not older, when he retired.
They don't
So-
want to retire because they think that their body will give out and they'll.
And two,
Pass away.
like they were seeing their other coworkers, retire, not live
Yeah.
another 1 or 2 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Sit
There
on
are-
the couch, have nothing to do, and the next thing you know, they're having a memorial because
Well, that's what I'm
he
saying.
didn't enjoy his retirement. But
they're
my
gonna
grandpa's
pass.
enjoyed his retirement. He just turned 92, so
Oh.
he's
they've been living.
lived
Yeah.
off of his social security retirement, all that pension for. He's gotten like the most benefit out of it.
Yeah.
Like he's
Is he a pensioner?
Mhm.
I probably seen him.
She's on also some committees, so not just me.
Yeah, my uncle Corny's dad is my grandpa, Rigoberto Martinez.
Oh
Hi.
my gosh.
Bobby.
so-
Mhm. Yeah, and he was always on
I-
the executive board and all that because he needed to be in the.
I want you to show me a picture after so I can.
Yes.
What were you going to say,
I
Dave?
was gonna say like I'm not working till I'm 73 or 83.
You
Or-
have
I'm not.
kids. What are you talking about?
yeah, I'm not, but I'm not gonna work. till
They're
I'm
barely going to graduate high school at 70. They're going to need
He's
prom
already got-
dresses.
Yeah.
Okay, you already have. You're retired Air
Yeah, I'm
Force, so you
retired.
got money there.
Yeah, I already
and
got
then you
my
retire
pension.
from
Yeah.
the.
I'm
what,
not. I'm just not.
JPL, and
Going,
then
They need
My-
prom
there.
dresses. They need graduation dresses.
And
Yeah.
I've
Oh, no, you
saved
have two
enough
boys.
money
I was
where
like,
by
no,
the
one
time
girl,
I
one
retire-
boy.
Oh, a
when
boy and a girl.
When I retire, I'm
got paid
I'm
for
not
that
going to
wedding.
trade money for time. I allow my money to work for me, so that way I can have the time to go do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, good.
Right.
Good.
So,
Okay.
but
He's a good investor.
but with that in mind too, like I still have goals. Like I still have goals now, even career goals.
What is your career goal?
Well, I mean, I'm in a position where I'm in now. There's still growth for me in my career at JPL, so I'll still look to get promoted
Are
there.
you trying to fly to the moon?
I mean, if
You're
they
trying
let
to
me,
fly
I
us to
would.
the moon.
Well,
Be in the lab.
But
if they finally fly to the moon.
but I still like I'm going back to school in January. There's still things that I want to do in life. I don't think of like just because I'm 52 years old and I have a career, there's still tons of life to live, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so like when I look at like next year, I would like to be promoted. And in 3 years from now, I want to finish my degree, finish my master's, and then 10 years from now, I do want to retire. I have these life goals, and I know that kids and just life in general, it's all hit us at weird times and in a lot of different ways. It's going to happen, but it still doesn't stop me from having these markers that I got to meet.
I have like weekly, daily goals. Like make sure you pay your mortgage on time. Make sure you pay this. Like make sure you
Your
do
monthly
that.
goals.
Yeah, like
have
I
those
don't
too.
think I have like those. Like I got to get the backyard this or that or like. But I don't have any like other than like. And I always say this. Vivian always yells at me. When are we going to Scotland? Like when are we like?
You don't want to get married?
But you don't have an
Beckham.
expectation, right? You don't have it like at 60, I'm going to get married.
No, marriage has never been because a lot of what he said, like,
What?
and I don't think that what I want exists. And if I,
What?
because the one time I got married that we don't talk about,
That you
I
talk about every single.
I
We don't.
I swore to myself, like you, if I get married again, we're not getting divorced. Someone's meeting Jesus or the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not divorcing. So
Which
like,
more than
Why the
likely
devil?
you're going to be the healthy
'Cause
one. And he's gonna
maybe
be in
he-
the
Why are
pit.
those the only two choices?
Because
Why
if
can't we
I-
both see Jesus?
because if I run him over and he goes to hell, that's on him. Like I'm not, there's no, you're right. Like I agree. Like so to me, I don't think about it. I don't need it. I'd probably say I'd want it a little bit just because I don't want to grow old alone, but if I didn't, I'm content with where I'm at. But
I think
so
marriage,
that's not a,
marriage becomes different when you're older, right? Like when you're younger, you plan, like you have a life plan about what you do, and you
to
have
work together.
to work
Yes.
together. And like
Yeah.
I can honestly say that like that idea of like teaming up and whatever now I think that's better established now than what it was before. It was just like guy girl like each other, you go make babies and work. that was pretty much like very caveman
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. But now
you go make baby.
you go make babies, you find girl, go work.
You build house.
Yeah. I think that was the game
Cook
plan.
me dinner.
Those were the mile markers there,
Yes.
But nowadays, I feel like even though I'm twice divorced, I would encourage people to get married young because you have a better idea of like how to plan and build your life.
Yeah.
Whereas now, when I look back at now when I get married, I'm not looking for stability. I'm not looking for financial help.
Exactly.
I'm not looking for anything
You're
else.
looking
I'm
for
looking for a
friendship.
best friend.
Yes.
I'm looking for someone who, when I'm drooling and I'm 95 years old, they want to sit there
Yeah,
and talk to
babas.
me.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to sit there and have a conversation when I am just, at 90 years old. Who am I
Yes.
going to talk to?
You
Yeah.
want
Because
to
everything
right
else has
foot.
failed me, but hopefully my mind's still there.
And that he's right. Like my idea of a marriage is, did you see Landman? No, yet. I'm waiting for whoever to get home. We watch it together.
Yeah.
Like, and him walk in like he did, like you ready to watch it? Like what you said, a best friend. That's my like the whole.
Someone who's not going to landman cheat on you.
No, you can't like, and that's hard because Trina,
That's a hard man. Your partner watches a show with them. Babe, I finished it, and you're just like, oh no, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Did you just
watched it
watch
without-
our show,
without
binge
me?
watch it
Yeah.
without me?
Yep.
But no,
Oh,
but that's
no.
important. I mean, I think that's important when you're, of age where you sit there and you think about it. Because I know like, when you're 20 and 30 years old, you don't think, I can't wait till we're 90 and we're sitting there chit-chatting.
Oh no.
Right.
No, you're thinking of a lot of other things
Right.
when you're 20.
I don't
30 years old.
think love like that exists anymore. Like I know in the 90s there was like this love that, and a lot of it was because you were surviving together. I don't think
That's
that the
trauma
kid-
bonding.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm done with you all.
It is trauma.
I think
We're
like,
done.
when
I'm
it comes
done.
to like mile markers too, like I think there's a lot of things that like when you talk about myths, like we could look at people who were together 50, 60, 70 years old and we're assuming they're happy together. But really in a lot of cases, people had nowhere else to go.
It was
So-
not trauma bonding.
I'm not
we
saying
were
that
in
wasn't.
love.
In
like
the 90s?
yes.
Oh,
Just in
I
the
was
90s.
I think,
Just in the
yeah,
90s.
love
I
in the
was like-
90s. Mm-hmm.
Like
There was
you
good
didn't-
music.
yes.
There
you,
were,
you didn't
every
go to bed
the R&B
listening to
was
Art
on
Laboe
point.
at
You were just
night.
yeah.
Once
Uh-huh.
2000
Keith
hit,
Sweat.
all love
Yeah,
just
and what
left.
happened to those 90s love? That
Well,
90s
mine
love?
died, but we won't talk about that. That's what
Once two.
Why were the songs so darn long?
because we were all
Because
surviving.
you were doing stuff
So
to
during
long
those songs.
All the love went away with
Oh.
Y2K. It all.
That's what happened at Y2K was
Exactly. It wasn't the
Change
computer
the-
failures,
yes.
it was just love.
That was
Well,
it.
I
It
know
was
an
gone.
episode that's coming out in 2026 called Trauma Bonding because Dave's going to make me go home and just rethink my whole life now. Like, we did not trauma bond. He loved me, damn it.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
I can't ask him. But God, will you ask him for me? All right. Well, on that note, are we good? You said something earlier, though, and I think that's a good topic because you said sleeping with married men. Remember you said that earlier?
That's a good
Yeah.
topic.
What, what about if a man is still legally married but lives in another house? Because that you see more and more of that going on. Like,
You mean just that relationship or still sleeping with that man?
wait, who? What?
I don't know. You said sleeping
just
with
married on
men.
paper,
Yeah,
They're
married.
still-
Yeah, just married on paper.
but they've moved out and
but
have separate lives.
They've moved out and have separate lives. Or some people now, like I know quite a few people, and you guys know one or two of them. So I'm saying they're not together, but they can't afford to move out, so they have separate lives.
No.
In a
You wanna be
house,
together.
no.
You don't want to be together. You figure it out. 'cause
But
you're
people
gonna be
can't afford it today.
Well,
It's
here-
expensive.
or for the insurance.
So
and the kids and
I have an opinion on that, I guess, as far as just marriage, right? Marriage in a sense from a guy perspective, especially a guy in my situation, not with with Paola and my kids, but just like a guy who's established, right? When you get married, we could talk about love and God and religion, all that. Unfortunately, you have to bring in the state of California.
yeah.
Yes.
Then we get into the legal aspect of marriage, which is in and by itself is totally separate from you loving a particular person.
yes,
Because once you do that, then you get in these situations like you're at,
Right.
or not you, but whoever you're discussing.
I was like, where? am
Not
I
you,
at?
sorry.
Well, if you don't have
But-
a prenup, the state of California is going to make the decision
Yeah,
for you.
Yes.
yes, exactly. And so when you're in a state where you have to be legally bound to someone just to survive and make ways, I mean, people look at that and see, like, what are the benefits of marriage? What are the benefits of marriage for someone who's well established and not,
Mhm.
you know?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because we can look at it from the love perspective, the religious perspective, or just traditional relationships. But once the state gets involved, that's a totally different thing,
Right.
and that makes people very
I
unreligious.
feel like when you get married now, especially within the last 10 years, it's a contract.
It absolutely is.
It's you almost take love out of it and say you're now stuck with me and this is what it is, because if you do leave me, like I joke about what I just said earlier,
Mhm.
but you leave me, you need to give me half of this and half of that and this and that, and it's hard for people.
Well, people, and this we're kind of going off to. I remember you had a prenuptial episode before, but a prenup, people look at it like a negative thing, but it's actually not, because if I was to offer, let's say, Paola a prenup, she would have to go to a lawyer and come back and basically negotiate
Right.
what it is.
See, but that sucks. I feel like I get what you're saying, and I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm just expressing the love person in me, like.
But it actually is love in a sense where it's
Yeah.
like, how can I take care of you if this doesn't
Well,
work
you're
out.
thinking like maybe she's not going to get her fair pair. He's probably thinking like, hey, if something does happen down the line, I love you enough to say, I'm going to do XYZ for you. You're
Right.
going to be set up XYZ. No matter what, the kids are going to have blah, blah, blah. And then
it's established.
Yeah.
Because
it's ease of mind too.
Because you do when you get married, and if you don't have a prenup, you actually do.
Mhm.
It's just that it's by the state of California.
California is
And you
gonna
just
do it
don't
for
know-
you.
Yeah, you just don't know what it is.
And they
yet.
don't care.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
know what it is
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So anybody who does get married, that and if anyone has assets on either side,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
if you don't get a prenup, then I just feel you're just begging for a lot
a
of
bad
heartache.
divorce.
Yeah.
Or just don't think it's going to end and just stay together.
Oh,
Well, that's what we would all love
Yeah.
to think.
that's
you
that's
know?
we'll just promise to death do us part,
Yeah.
and then it'll never happen.
Yeah.
That's a great plan.
If one of us, if we get divorced, it's because one of us met Jesus or the devil. Okay.
No, Michael's stuck with me.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Because when you're on your third time, you're not going to do it again.
Third time's the charm.
You're
on
not
that,
going to do it again.
on that note, a second time.
You've been on a lot of that note.
Yeah. Until next time, we have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like and share. Oh, real quick. We're doing our last episode of the year soon. I'm going to post on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to forward it to you guys, but we want them to ask us questions. Like what question? And Tom will be with us on that one. So if you guys have questions you want somebody individually to answer or as a whole to answer, please, you could inbox, you could put it on YouTube. If you know me, you could send me a text. You
Anything
don't-
goes.
Anything. Well,
Are you
I'm-
gonna make
I'm
a
okay
list
with it.
cards? Like
no, I mean, we'll put it out
Uh-huh.
and we'll, and
See what comes-
if they want it anonymous, we won't say who it is, but we'll try to answer as much as we can.
chisme. Get some
Yeah.
chisme in there.
Oh, like put it in the jar.
Yeah. Put
Yeah.
It, yeah. So,
Oh.
mhm. Until
Like
next
the Christmas cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
we got to find one. Okay.
Santa one.
And we're having an ugly Christmas sweater.
Is it going to be ugly?
It's a
I don't know if mine's gonna be ugly.
I don't like ugly.
Mine's gonna be,
Okay.
mine's
It's
gonna,
gonna
mine's
be-
gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Selena's gonna
Awesome
yeah,
Christmas
one of
sweater.
my
Okay,
Awesome.
awesome Christmas
Christmas
sweater. Thank you very much. Thank you, Solomon, so much. Until next time. Bye.